because one day baby Jesus will be saving your life. Greetings and salutations. This is your girl Outspoken Diva, and it's Easter time. So let's get to celebrating, right? Okay. Those of you who don't know me, if this is your first time coming over here, um my favorite holiday is Easter. Y'all can like Christmas. I got Easter. Y'all can love on Thanksgiving. I have Easter. Y'all can turn up for New Year's Eve. I got Easter. Juneteenth, I love it. I got to be finally my people, people that look like me, and got to become legal citizens in America. Okay, we're freed. I love it. Love freedom, but I still love Easter more. Okay, I love Easter. Okay. Um, Yes, I am dressed for the occasion. I have on some purple for the royalty. This is celebrating the King of Kings, and I got my little fascinator on. I'm giving you auntie vibes. I'm the aunt that'll slide you a little money if you did good on your Easter speech or did well in the remembered your lines in the Easter play or the performance. But I'll help you count your eggs at the Easter hunt, but I'm not helping you look for them, okay? All right. So, yeah, what are we doing this year to commemorate this on this channel? This year, we are going to review a movie called Easter Sunday. It stars Joe Coy as Joe Valencia, a busy actor who goes home with his teen son for Easter to be with his family. And they're loving and they're funny, and the hijinks and the shenanigans happen. Let me go on and tell you now. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! If I have to say it one more time, what? Spoiler alert! Okay, so yeah, let's put our glasses on so I can read my notes better so that we can do the good, the bad, and the diva of it all. Head nod to Andrea Black Nerd Comedy. Um, the good of Easter Sunday, the movie. It is Easter time. Okay. Weirdly enough, this movie comes out. It came out in 2022. That's why we can go on and do a spoiler alert because the movie has been out quite some time. But it came out in August. We'll talk about why in a minute. Um, But it is Easter time during this movie. You see the bunnies. There's church attendance. They go to church. You get a sermon and a sermonette, which is hilarious. Okay. Shout out to Rodney Perry to be Father Hidalgo. Um, there's family time. There's there's a lunch. There's a dinner. Those type of things. There's family. There's family everywhere. Well, you there's not a lot of family, but you see them a lot. I'll say it that way. Um, so yeah, it is Easter time. There is no doubt about it. Okay, what is funny is funny. The jokes. What jokes you see is funny. There's the slapstick. There's the shenanigans. Then there's the angst. Those type of things. So, um, there are two celebrity cameos. I mean, Joe Coy is a comedian, and he's famous. I know of some of his stand up, but there are two more recognizable, I'll say, celebrities in this movie. I felt myself about to sneeze, and I didn't want y'all to see all of that. So, there are two more recognizable celebrities in this movie. They don't overpower the movie when they're on screen. So yeah, and it's a good thing. One is Lou Diamond Phillips. The other is Tiffany Haddish. Like I said, they play right into the movie. They stay in their the vein. They don't, like I said, they don't overpower. But it's them. It's okay. Like I said, there's they're good. Okay. And also, I told y'all, spoiler alert, baby Jesus did save his life. Now why? You do have to watch the movie. But yes, baby Jesus did save his life. So yeah. Uh the bad. Weirdly enough, if those of you who are familiar with me, there are more goods than there are bads, okay? So yeah. Um there are more divas than there are bads. We are doing real good. But okay, Easter Sunday is kind of just like slapped on. Okay. Um, this is one of those. Eventually becomes this thing of we owe somebody. Think about like The Hangover, Friday. If you're familiar with the movie called First Sunday, it's more in the vein of First Sunday. First, it does have more elements of Easter Sunday, what we know for Easter, as opposed to First Sunday. First Sunday, the only reason why I knew it was First Sunday because there's this one scene, one portion of the scene that you like, oh, okay. But other than that, it was more about the hijinks and the, we owe somebody aspect of this movie. Um, so yeah, that's the part that, yeah, like I said, Easter Sunday, and this is why they probably put this movie out on August, other than probably by the time it made it to, like, you would have had it on DVD or streaming by the time the Easter of what this came out in 2022, so Easter of 2023 came. It was on streaming probably by then, or DVD or Blu-ray and those type of things. So yeah, but yeah, that's why it came out in August, because it's not like this is only can be watched in Easter. It's like, yeah, there's other elements, and the other elements of it, again, had they not had enough Easter to it, it could easily take you out of, this is still Sunday Easter, this is, all this stuff is going on. It's kind of like Friday. I forget, there are portions of Friday I forget that it's Friday. Like the next day will be Saturday in that movie. Unlike like The Hangover, I remember why. They're drunk. So yeah. Uh, Weirdly enough, there are no children other than the teenage son. There are no like children in this family. And like, when I mean, I understand there's violence in this movie, so I understand portions where you wouldn't have kids. But then there are things like the lunches at a park. They don't want to have like a little Easter egg hunt. There are no children in this family, other than like this teenage son. Probably why they don't see him that often, because there's no one for him to play with, right? I mean, hang out with. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, those are the bads. Those, I told y'all I don't have that. You know. The diva. There's this infamous dress at the beginning in the first act of the movie. The mom and the aunt wear the same dress. The dress is cute. I can't deny that. That dress was cute. It was a cute little dress. Okay, so I think they said Marshalls. So 2022, it might be still at Marshalls. I don't shop at Marshalls, so I don't know. So the food traditions. I like seeing that. There was a case about some empanadas, and there's other things that were shown. I don't want to call they're Filipino American, so I don't want to say things wrong. I know they did say empanadas, but they might have said some other dishes, and I recognize some of the dishes, but I don't want to call them the wrong names and things. But it was good to see traditions, not just, oh, we're having, let's have Easter dinner, and it just be some random chicken fried steak or something, I know in my family we have a traditional, the ham and potato salad with the green vegetables, uh, and then some of my family members might bring chicken, for like people who have like blood pressure problems. And some, I know some families serve lamb. My grandmother's growing up, and my mom growing up, they had my grandmother, my great grandmother, her mom, my mother's mom served lamb also. So I like food traditions. Me being in the food world, I like seeing traditional, people celebrate food within their family, within their cultures and stuff. So that was good to see. The family relationships and the community, you see how they work within their world. You have the neighbors, and then you have there's someone who there's a non-family member, little young lady, little teenage young lady, that joins in with the family, but they know her. Like, you find out they know her. One of the relatives, like, I don't know. I never knew. I couldn't figure out, like, was he an uncle or was he a cousin or anything. But I know they call each other, Tito or Tita. The uncle and aunt. And they still might be your cousins. I know people who have that. And he was a postal worker, post office, mail carrier. Letter carrier. And he could tell stuff about the young lady, and she was like, "How do you know that?" Well, carry your mail. And then there's I couldn't tell if that was his sister or his cousin also. Um, Not Joe, but the mail carrier. She, kikied with the girl and stuff, and then there's all this karaoke and stuff. But then also there's the neighbor. When Joe first get there, there's the neighbor that he already knew. His mom's neighbor and stuff. I like things like that. Of course, when they go to church, he knew Father Hidalgo, not just because he's his mom's pastor, but because he knew him. So I like things like that. Those are very outspoken diva things. We still live in the world. It's not just this bubble that we're in. It's not just his family and then the shenanigans come in. No, it's like, they live in the world. That's why the shenanigans can come in, because the shenanigans and things of that nature. And his sister, Joe has a sister. She's a nurse, and we get to meddle in her life, her world a little bit. So yeah, it was cool. So what do I give this movie? I would give this movie a 3.25 out of 5. For outspoken divas taste, it was not Easter enough, but I mean, it was still Easter. The funny is funny. Like I said, I don't really like the stuff that was not East. It kind of took me out of, oh yeah, I got to keep remembering that it is Easter. So yeah, like I said, I understand why they brought this out on a in August instead of around Easter time. So I get it. Okay, like I say, it's funny. Have you seen this movie? Would you watch this movie? Let me know down below in the comments section of this video on the social media site that you see this on, except Facebook. Facebook, you leave your comments down here on in YouTube world. Or you can always send me an email address that's in the description box down below, okay? Other than that, also, happy Easter. Of course, we're talking about, an Easter movie that's around Easter. Happy Easter. Please remember, no matter what you do, remember the real reason why we have this day. It is about a man named Jesus who died for our sins. And then 3 days later, he rose with all power in his hands so that we could live in paradise with him. And he's gone back up to the Father, and one day he's coming back for us, okay? I'm Christian, that's what I believe, and that is no arguments with that, okay? All right, we're not gonna argue that because, yeah. All right. So, yeah, happy Easter. Have you a good day. No matter what you do, just, have a good day. Hopefully you'll go to an Easter egg hunt and find you a money egg, okay? All right. But please have a good day and have good feelings and have a blessed one, okay? And other than that, talking to you in adult terms.